23-year-old Ariana Parker White accused of stabbing the children Wednesday in the 7100 block of South Harvard Avenue. She's facing multiple felony charges tonight, including attempted first-degree murder and aggravated battery of a child.
Let's rewind. It was 2020 when I met a young Ariana who had just recently aged out of foster care. In the United States, 23,000 kids age out of foster care every year. 7 in 10 girls who age out will become pregnant before the age of 21. 60% of the boys who age out will become convicted of a crime. Aging out of foster care happens when youth grow too old to remain in the system, typically at 18. However, without permanent family, emancipated youth face major hurdles like housing instability and financial barriers. It was 2020 when I met a young Ariana in the lobby of the Baymont Hotel with her baby boy who wasn't even 1 year old yet and all of her belongings. Here's part of the backstory. In 2020, Kalamazoo officials partnered with local stakeholders to relocate the unhoused population from overcrowded shelters and also Bronson Park. This was during COVID. While this no doubt was a great move, it did very little to help a young Ariana who was asked to relocate to make room for the unhoused. However, in Kalamazoo County for 30 years plus, the biggest homeless population is single black mothers, has been and still is. Feeling somewhat outraged, I immediately called my wife, former Vice Mayor Patrice Griffin, a fierce housing advocate and somebody who cares about community, particularly young black women. She made calls, and one of those calls was to Commissioner Stephanie Hoffman, who at that time worked at Open Doors. Open Doors Kalamazoo is a nonprofit organization that helps people experiencing homelessness achieve stability. Ariana said she wanted to hit the booth. She had something to say.
It's a shame when I'm in pain, I just turn over to the drugs. Not a demon, but sometimes I feel like no one's up above. Not a demon, but sometimes I feel like I ain't strong enough, yeah.
In 2021, I came up with an event, Walk a Mile in My Shoes, to acknowledge and celebrate black women and the struggles that they have been dealing with, specifically in Kalamazoo County. Maya Angelou said, each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. I thought that was powerful, and I invited a young Ariana to hit the stage and represent.
Don't be afraid of darkness, instead spread the word and follow the light. Yeah, God gonna be right there with you, yeah, you gonna be alright. I became so wise after I tried to take my life. I thank God I was so bold. And that's a fact, I done seen so much stuff.
In her young years, she has indeed saw a lot of stuff, like many of us. I wanted to do something, say something. In 2017, I created Poetic Justice, which was housed at Fire. It ran for a year, and it was poets who talked about social justice and real-life experiences. In 2019, I created the Northside Art Experience, an open mic platform where young artists could get on stage and say what's on their mind and their hearts. This led to community jams, multiple ones. Also, the Moving Like King event. And we also did something during COVID. The grind don't stop. We must move accordingly. And that's why in 2026, I'm keeping it going. And in 2022, I got the opportunity to do my own college class at Kalamazoo Valley Community College, my own curriculum, subject to review, a look at social justice through a hip-hop lens. Why it's important that the community comes out to listen to these young artists. It's equally important that we be informed to what's going on. That's the true essence of hip-hop. Hip to what's happening and being able to hop into an actionable step to disrupt and impact what's happening in society. Shouts out to Speak It Forward, to Isaac, to KVCC, and all of the people that have helped to do this for the youth. They need us. We need them. Let's do this together. Love and respect to Ariana and any of the young artists that I've had the opportunity and honor to work with throughout these years. I appreciate y'all, and please keep it going. Dig that.